Hey everyone, we are finally to game week. So let's talk a little bit about some bold predictions for the Gators this upcoming year. Okay, my first bold prediction, I don't know if this is that bold, but UF doubles their takeaways last year. Last season, Florida had 7 takeaways. Not good, right? You always want to win the turnover battle, and 7 for an entire season is probably not going to do it for you, right? So give me 14 or more takeaways this season. I think that's going to help Florida overall win ball games. This defense is going to be more productive than last year. So 14 or more turnovers, which is double what UF had last season. All right, number 2. This is a big one. Mertz finishes top 3 in the SEC. Some combination of touchdowns, yards, completion percentage. I don't know that it's cut and dry, but there is going to be something that we are certainly able to use to judge by the end of the year. I think Graham Mertz is taking another step forward from what we saw last year. The Graham Mertz we saw last year was nothing like the Graham Mertz we heard was coming to us from Wisconsin. I think another year in Billy Napier's system, another year under the tutelage of, some of the better offensive coaches in the country. I really expect Graham Mertz is going to, again, take that step forward. We've heard the rumors in practice that we've seen the deep ball many a time. So I'm excited to see whether or not that translates onto the field. Mertz finishes top 3 in the SEC. Number 3, maybe a bold one too. Johnson is going to have more yards than Trevor Etienne's best season as a Gator. He had 719 yards his first year at UF and 753 yards in his second year at UF. Trevor Etienne did. I am going to take Montrell to go over 800 yards this season. And guys, this may even be even bolder than I was planning because he may be missing some time, but I really believe that he has the opportunity to just go off at times. Montrell is incredibly versatile. We saw what he was able to do blocking last year, as well as obviously being a very effective back for the Gators. I think we're going to see a step forward in the offensive line. I think that's going to make Johnson more productive. I think there's a lot more weapons on the field for Florida, which is going to open some things up for him as well. So bold prediction number 3 is that Johnson has more yards this upcoming season than Trevor Etienne's best year, 800 yards or more. Before I get to number 4 and number 5, I want to give some love to Meldon Law. If you are in Gainesville, Ocala, Fort Lauderdale, or Lake City, and you're either in a car, truck, or motorcycle accident, your consultations with Meldon Law are absolutely free. They have been serving Florida since 1971 and are a proud partner and supporter of all Florida Gator athletics. Make sure you are following them on social media. And if you are hurt or injured in any type of accident, give them a call. Okay, let's go to prediction number 4. I predict an upset win against a team that Florida is a touchdown underdog to. Whether that's Georgia, Tennessee, Ole Miss, Texas, or Florida State, UF is getting an upset win somewhere along the road. FSU was a 10-point favorite, but, after Saturday's debacle in Ireland, it is now closer to a touchdown. And most of those other games, Georgia, Tennessee, Ole Miss, and Texas, are all going to be more than likely at 7 points or more. And I think UF gets at least one of them, if not more. Honestly, if you've watched any of these videos, I feel pretty strongly that Florida will beat Florida State at the end of the year. And subject to change, we'll see what product gets on the field. But I think there might be some upsets in the Gators' future. All right. So number 5, if you have been anybody that has watched this channel probably only more than once, you know that special teams are my bag. I'm going to get on my soapbox. I'm going to predict, this might be my boldest prediction of all, that Florida will have 11 men on the field for every special teams play. This was a struggle for Florida last year. It was a struggle in game 1 all the way through the entire season. Napier knows it was an area of concern. Gator fans were obviously, and rightfully so, very frustrated about it. Joe Houston was brought in to kind of revamp Florida special teams. We have heard that there's been a new emphasis placed on it. There's been all the talk about the 11-man mat that's down on the field, which, by the way, is incredibly common across high school, college, and even pro teams. Hopefully, all of that work put into the offseason is going to pay off, and there's going to be 11 men on the field for every special teams play this season. And you know this girl's going to be in the stands counting every single time. So Gators, if you could avoid giving me a heart attack and just put the right number of people on the field, it will be greatly appreciated. All right, so I have one final prediction. I told you I was going to give you 5, but this is a bonus one here. I think that Billy Napier wins enough games to get a contract extension. If you have watched my previous videos, you know that I've predicted UF to win 8 games. And I think with this schedule, 8 wins would be extension worthy. I think it will make a huge difference for recruiting. Right now, you know that all of the teams we recruit against are saying, oh, you're getting recruited by a coach who's not even going to be here. If Billy Napier wins 8 games against this gauntlet of a schedule, that will be a massive step forward. He will have his guy in DJ Lagway as his starting quarterback in the 2025 season. He is stacking weapons on top of each other in these signing classes, and it's going to make a huge difference recruiting-wise for him to not be entering a season on the hot seats. All right, Gator fans, so what are your thoughts? I want to talk about it below in the comments. Let me know what your own bold predictions are for the season. Let me know if you think mine are just right or completely off base. We are so close. Just a couple more days until we are back together in the swamp. As always, thank you so much for tuning in, and go Gators.